Was Apryl who she was supposed to be? My transitions are crazy.
Yeah.
I'm saying my transitions are crazy.
Well, what I would say is that I think people are who they are. You know what I mean? People are who they are essentially. And, you know, it was so much going on. It was so much changing, you know what I mean? Yeah, a lot happened. A lot was going on. But I would say, you know, if we're gonna fast forward, you know what I mean? You know, we're in a better place, you know, as parents, you know what I mean? And as just respectful humans to one another, you know what I mean? It hasn't been easy, especially because we've, you know, lived our life outwardly, you know what I'm saying? And put ourselves on the wall to be judged, you know, but if I'm being completely fair, you know, all relationships go through ups and downs, you know what I'm saying? So we're in a better place, yeah.
Because the one thing I will say in your boundary setting, like you cut me off, when you were done with her and done with that, you were done.
Oh yeah, that's how I am. When I'm done,
no,
I'm done.
You are the definition.
No, for real. No, when I'm
you
like
are the definition of cut off, I'm out.
No, for real.
Now you guys were still communicating regularly, like every day,
yeah,
through the app for the kids.
Yeah.
If you don't say anything publicly, but she had the platform to talk. And then I just didn't understand why you never said anything.
Right.
Why were you just, is it because you had kids? Is it because that's just not the type of person you are?
Yeah, no, I think it really was hinged on the simple fact that we have kids together. You know what I mean? There's probably nothing closer, you know what I'm saying? And at one point in time, I was the protector of that, you know what I'm saying? So for me to—
In terms of the relationship?
Yeah, I mean,
the family?
All of that. I mean,
the image?
Yeah, all of that, you know what I'm saying? I was definitely, you know, someone that had a wealth of knowledge and experience in this space, you know what I'm saying? So it would behoove you to listen, you know what I mean? To take heed to some of my experiences, not telling nobody what to do. But, you know, when you have somebody that, you know, has experience, you want to listen, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I would say, you know, she was probably in the most powerful position in my life as far as, you know, being able to control anything when it came to my emotions, you know, and really, I gotta thank Apryl because she inspired that book. You know, she inspired me to become unbothered because, you know, what I realized and what I recognize is that, you know, being a man, you know, things are not always gonna go your way. Or let's just say being a human. Being a human, things are not always gonna go your way. So are you gonna bitch about it? You know what I'm saying? Or are you gonna do something else? And Apryl brought me into that awareness, you know what I'm saying, of, okay, no, you know what, let me do this over. You know what, let me go. You know what I'm saying? She really challenged me, you know what I mean? And it helped me.
She challenged the levels of unbotheredness?
Yeah, I think that she challenged just my emotional intelligence, you know what I'm saying? Whether or not, you know, I should act on, you know, or react, you know, to someone's ill intent, you know what I mean? And, you know, it's something powerful, you know, when you don't even allow your, you know, what will be your proverbial enemy bother you. You know, that's a big battle statement. You don't even bother me. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah.
I have to ask you one more relationship thing now.
Okay.
Fizz dating Apryl. I came back to Love and Hip Hop. You were gone.
Yeah.
She was still there.
Yeah.
With Fizz.
Right.
Did not understand that. The reason why I was so frustrated was she was on my show as the co-host and didn't even tell me that was a relationship. The show's about being uncensored and putting all your business out there. So that's why I went back to the show and fired her in public. But you get betrayed in public and still give people grace. I say this to Charlemagne all the time. I get it. And I understand therapy because I'm in it. But I also understand sometimes when they go low, we gotta go to hell. Because some people take advantage of good people. And you might be dancing Omarion, singing Omarion. You a nigga from Inglewood.
So you know what that means, right? So you know
that you have self-discipline, self-control, that you are, there's a certain level of I don't know what it is. I'm gonna let you tell me, but what is that where you did not come unhinged?
It's because of one fact, and that is that we all reap what we sow, you know what I mean? And whatever energy and whatever intent that we create, you know, especially if it's a negative one, you're gonna get it back tenfold. So, you know, to all of the situations and circumstances that weren't particularly in my favor, I took them as a lesson and also a blessing, you know what I mean? So for me, you know, I just knew that whatever was gonna be the outcome or the ending result of, you know, people wanting to do me harm was gonna be far more worse than what I could have, you know, start to calculate in my mind to prepare what I would do to these people. I knew that whatever I would do would be temporary. You know what I mean? It would be a quick fix for me, you know, but, you know, pain hit different when you gotta sit in it, you know what I'm saying? And
I felt that one.
No, for real. No, for real. And guess what? There's only one power, you know, that can deliver that kind of blow, you know, and that's the universe and whatever you put out there, you know. So a lot of me being unbothered have to do with knowing like, oh, okay, I don't even gotta, you know what I'm saying? I really only act like I'm from Inglewood unless I really have to. But I don't want to ever have to.
Let me lay some foundation, because y'all can say I'm messy. That's what I do for a living. He was co-parenting, communicating through the app, raising children, still a star, mother, child with children, is with his bandmate, and y'all keep asking him to go on tour, and you ain't saying nothing. Look, he's a better man than me. Because y'all can't even steal candy out of my studio without me burning the internet down. You know, but I feel the only reason why I bring it up, not to be messy, one, I haven't never interviewed you, but two, I'm in my process now of learning how to find the power to not burn the earth down when I'm betrayed. Because betrayal is something that I don't work well with. And you were betrayed. Yeah. But then still publicly held to the expectation of giving grace and going on tour and singing and dancing and performing, because that's what we want. Yeah. You didn't feel, how did you feel in that moment or with all that?
You know, that was one of the toughest things that I've ever had to do, you know, in my life up to date, you know what I mean? Because I had to ask myself some real important questions. And, you know, one of those questions was, well, what is it really about for you, though? Not what is it about for everybody else? What is everybody thinking when you do this? It's like, no, what is this about for you? And it was so important for me to go back on tour to remember myself. You know what I'm saying? We, you know, we go through certain things and we forget things about ourselves, you know what I'm saying? And that tour really brought me back into a place of self-recognition. And it was so important for me in my journey to self-recognize, because, you know, a lot of people don't understand. I was a child, you know what I mean, when I first interacted with success. And, you know, the way that it used to be back then is completely different how it is now. You know, even the connection to the audience, to the fan base, you know what I'm saying? So I had to honor that for myself. It wasn't about nobody else, it was about me.
So you forgave Fizz for betraying you with your family, because it ain't your girl, it's your family. Right. For your fans.
No, I did it for myself too, you know what I'm saying?
The connection of who you were in the world of music and to the world.
All of that, and also just realizing as a man, you know, where certain people are, because if you do your due diligence, you'll see how certain people arrive to certain things, you know, and sometimes those people are not strong enough and they're influenced by others, you know what I mean? And others kind of run their life. They're not really in control. You know, I've always been a very observant and sound in mind person, you know what I mean? So
you've always been like this.
Yeah, man, I know when people are trying to come with that bullshit, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I can smell it before it even get here, you know what I mean? And like I said before, you know, at the end of the day, I'm always gonna honor, you know, what's best for me and my family. And, you know, even though, you know, people went out of their way to do certain things, like, I feel like I still got white on and I don't have no blemishes, you know what I mean? Because I stood true to who I am.